Hi guys, Michelle Dunaway here for Elf Cosmetics, and I am here during Fashion Week at Bryant Park, and I'm with the fabulous Getty photographer, Frazer Harrison. For all those that don't know, how did you get involved into photography?
Oh God, well I was first started when I was 18 years old in a newspaper in England, working in a darkroom. That has actually been 25 years next year. I was starting from a darkroom technician. I used to work for Marks and Spencer's on the bras and knicker counter, would you believe? It was actually menswear, but that's where the girly stuff started. And I was very lucky because at the time they wanted to put me with another retail store as work experience, but they couldn't find anywhere, so I said, why not try me at the newspaper? So they threw me in the newspaper in accounts, and I did like 2 days in accounts, and they said, "You enjoy it?" I said, "I hate it." I said, "I love photography. Can I work with the photographers?" So they stuck me in the darkroom with this train spotter guy, and I never looked back. They left me there for for the whole 8 weeks, and at the end of the 8 weeks the newspaper offered me a job working in the darkroom, and then from there I sort of snuck out, did pictures in my own time, got published on the newspaper, managed to persuade them that I was good enough to invest their time and money in. They sent me to college where I did the National Council for the Training of Journalists Photographers course, and then after that I was qualified. That took like 5 years, and then moved off to another newspaper, and then 10 years at another newspaper, and then from there I moved to America, and that's where I sort of started working with celebrities, and that's probably been nearly 10 years as well now. The way I ended up in America was very funny, because I actually called a company randomly and said, "I hear you've got a job going in America," and they said, "No, it's gone." I said, "Okay, cool, how about this? I'll fly to America and I'll work for you guys for free for a couple of weeks."
Wow.
And they were so impressed by that idea. They actually paid me to go, which was a bonus, and then at the end of it they offered me a job as a photographer in America. So, you know, it's all about a little bit of self-confidence, and don't be afraid to ask. If you don't ask, you don't get.
We know you've worked with some of the hottest celebrities. Do you have any fun stories you can share?
Oh, I've worked with pretty much every major celebrity that you can think of. Whether or not he'd be on a red carpet to photograph them walking by me behind the line, or one-to-ones. I recall I got flown out to the Turks and Caicos Islands to shoot Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta, and that was supposed to be just like a little jaunt along the beach. It was bizarre because I ended up with Catherine Zeta talking about what life in Wales was like, because I dated somebody from Wales, and so we had a little bit in common.
Now, of course, we're here at Fashion Week. What is the day in a life like here during Fashion Week?
It's, you know, most people think that what we do is glamorous. There's no glamour in what we do. I mean, I'm shooting runway. I've shot for Getty Images now as house photographer for Mercedes IMG Fashion Week for 5 years now. And my working day involves sort of going to the riser, going to my marked position, making sure that nobody stole my marked position, and then booting them out. There can be a lot of confrontation involved in our work. People that don't know the professional etiquette involved in shooting runway come in, cameras flying everywhere, causing chaos. You know, we get them booted out. You know, try and be nice to people most of the time, and some people just don't want to know. But the basic day is, you stand there, you don't move, models walk down the runway, you shoot them, you run off, you drop your cards, you run to the next runway, you stand there, they walk down to you. It's very repetitive. It can be physically demanding as well. You are standing in the same position, holding a great big camera in your hands. Granted, we do use monopods, but you're also the postures, the way that you have to stand, it can get quite painful, you know. So you have to try and keep fit, try and be, you know, well, just try and keep as fit as possible, really, because this job can catch up with you. There's a lot of weight that we have to carry and a lot of work that has to be done.
Heavy.
Yeah, not too bad, but after 12 hours carrying them, they start to hurt.
Now, would you say you have any fashion favorites so far?
Oh, today, well, it's the beginning of the week, so it's been very. Let me think now. Who did I like today? Strangely enough, we just did Nicholas K, Whitney Eve and Mara Hoff. That was actually a very good show. You know, all three designers were competent, and the clothes were wearable by everyday people. You know, that's the one thing I really hate about fashion, is when they show stuff that you would never wear in a million years, or they go for a market which is maybe they design clothes specifically for a gay market, or you know, for the extravagant ladies who want to wear really outrageous clothes. You know, that sort of thing doesn't really appeal to me. I don't really like it. It seems a little bit pretentious at times, and I guess that's what makes Fashion Week Fashion Week. And then they had one guy walk down with a one-arm suit. And when I say one-arm suit, literally there was just no arm on it. It was just like his arm had been ripped off in a street fight. You know, like maybe I could get away with that, but I'd have a lot of explaining to do to the boys.
A conversation starter.
So, you know, I think that fashion really needs to be accessible for the masses rather than just small individual pockets of people. That's my opinion, but you know, those small pockets are the extravagant people, and that's what gives fashion its colour.
How many photographs do you think you will take this week?
I will take probably around about 60,000.
Wow.
Roughly around about 60,000. It could be a little bit more, it could be a little bit less. But on average, it's about 1,000 pictures per show.
And about how many of those do you end up using?
Well, because we're shooting for house, and we also shoot for the designers, I don't really see where my pictures go. Obviously, they go to magazines, they go all over the world, to blogs, to websites, and whatever. I mean, we shoot every single outfit, and I guess the designer has use for those because they want to show their outfits in their catalogues, etc. Some magazines will show every single image in their papers. They'll, especially on websites, they do tend to show every single picture.
I know you've worked the red carpet. Can you tell me some great kind of red carpet poses or something that, you know, would be helpful for photographs?
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, not everybody gets to walk the red carpet, but let's say you are lucky enough to walk a red carpet. You know, have fun with it. Be confident in yourself. You know, don't go too extravagant. Don't wear something that people are going to laugh at you. You know, because you don't want that.
Yeah, you don't want that.
You know, but yeah, know what looks good on yourself. You can take little risks. You know, accessories are always good. Accessories are the things that you can take risks with. You know, you can have a handbag with in a teddy bear shape or something like that, or scarves, outrageous jewellery. You know, but clothes-wise, wear sensible shoes. You know, or if you're going to walk a red carpet with 6-inch heels, make sure that you have a spare pair just in case that heel decides to break or fly off into the ether somewhere. Yeah, I mean, you look at the magazines and take inspiration from seeing what other people are wearing.
Is a good one.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as we say, Target does have a lot of nice clothes.
True.
Target, if you don't know. That's my main point of shopping. So yeah, I mean, you can find things that look amazing with a low cost.
Yeah, definitely. I love those tips. Now, what do you say makes a perfect photo?
I don't think there really is a perfect photo. I mean, as a photographer, having a clean background is essential to us. We don't get clean backgrounds at the Oscars. In the Oscars, they let people walk by, you know, just to guess. So it's really hard to get amazing fashion pictures from the Oscars. But as a photographer, I'm looking for a clean background, I'm looking for eye contact, I'm looking for a nice posture, maybe a little bit to the side, with them, you know, looking hot, especially the girls.
Of course.
You know, yeah, there's no such thing as the perfect picture, but it's all about the eye contact, really. I think the magazines want, when you look at a picture of a celebrity, they want that celebrity to be looking back at you.
Yeah.
And we do like the candid stuff as well, where they're not looking at the camera, and that gets used a lot as well. So, you know, it's all down to personal taste in some respects.
And lastly, for those photographers out there, what word of advice do you have for them?
Well, I think I touched on this right at the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, really be confident in yourself. If try anything. I mean, I'm where I am now because I would say to people I wasn't happy, and you know, they were like, well, how can we make you happy? Well, give me a job. It doesn't quite work like that nowadays. I mean, 20 years is a long time to be able to really, every job that I've ever been given, the job never came to me. I worked to get that job, whether or not it be verbally by saying, I'll work for you guys for free. Like, that's what internships are about.
True.
You know, don't be afraid to ask. If you don't ask, you'll never be given the opportunity. So that's the first thing, is be confident enough to ask, because not everybody out there are ogres. There's a lot of people who want to help other people, to give them the chance. I mean, obviously you've got to have a certain amount of skill in what you're trying to sell. If you're trying to sell yourself as a photographer, at least be able to take a picture. And that's, the websites are wonderful formats now. I mean, nobody really goes around with books with portfolios. It's like, portfolios are on memory sticks, they're on laptops, they're online on Flickr, on PhotoBucket and other websites such as that. And they're the sort of things that you should be doing as a photographer. Have a presentation ready. You know, work with PCs, Macs or whatever, and you know, enjoy what you do as well. That's essential. You've got to really enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, then you should sort of maybe look at a different career. But even I have my days where I'm like, by day 10 at this, I'm like tunnel vision. Like, don't show me another skinny model, please. I just want to go home and comatose for a couple of weeks. But unfortunately, I don't have that luxury. It's straight onto other jobs, and nothing seems to stop.
Busy bee. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out today and giving us some great words of wisdom, and have fun and good luck with the rest of the week.
My best.
Thanks.